This weekend, bro, AJP. How are you feeling for it?
Yeah, no, keen. Want to get some points. Try get top ranked blue belt so I can get that free trip to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, did they give it to you if you're top ranked?
Yeah, well, they just posted a couple days, or I think it was yesterday. So if I can do that, that'll save me probably 20K on flights. So
Sure.
That'll definitely be good.
So it's a new thing, eh? The top rank.
Yeah.
Is it all the belts or?
Top rank blue belt and purple belt, male and female.
Hectic. What about the brown and black belts, bro?
They already have a thing going with AJP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've had it for the past few years, I think.
That's hectic, bro. Because we had a guy. So when I at my gym that was #1 ranked in Africa.
Yeah.
But he never got selected. So I was always wondering like what the selection criteria was. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're like the top ranked in the whole of Africa, you get a free trip, I think.
Okay. When's the Abu Dhabi comp?
So they're actually doing Nogi Worlds for the first time. AJP is doing Nogi Worlds for the first time at the end of June. They haven't released the official dates yet, but it's towards the end of June, and then Gi Worlds will be November again.
Okay.
So I want to try to do both of those.
Okay, and the ADCC stuff?
ADCC, I'll do all the ADCCs this year, and then trials will be next year, February, I think, again, sometime like that. So I'll definitely go. See if I can do better than flipping losing first round again.
Flip, man. Yeah, how was that, bro? Like, I mean, obviously not just so losing first round, it is what it is, but like, how was the whole? Was that your first time competing overseas?
Yeah, first time competing overseas. There's definitely a lot of nerves. Like, I've never competed how I competed there before.
In what way? Was it just
going crazy, flipping, jumping guard? Yeah, it was like almost like my first time competing again. Yeah, but we'll live and we learn. I'll go back again and be a lot more focused. Hopefully have Chris in my corner to calm me down, and then it'll be a lot better.
Did you start jiu-jitsu with Chris, or did you start somewhere else? And when did you start?
I started when I was 15 going on 16. So Reese's father is actually with my mother.
Okay.
I left my surfboard at the beach and his toppy picked it up, and then basically from there I went for the first time, and Reese just mauled me, and I was like, fuck, how is this guy 20 kgs lighter giving me such a hard time? And then made me keep coming back until I could eventually get him.
How what was his belt back then?
He was brown belt then.
Okay.
I think purple or brown, yeah.
How many years ago was that?
That was 2016. 2017, yeah.
Okay. Because I still remember like 20, like I think I told you earlier, like 2007.
Yeah.
It was like literally a handful of people. And then I like went back to Chris as well when I was on holiday the one time for like 2 weeks to go do some jiu-jitsu to try to like reignite it. And I think Reese was around back then, possibly. I think he might have been a blue belt back then. But there was like a whole different look to the gym. It was like Jordan, his like his nephew, his cousin.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Tim there. I think Cameron Pritchard was still there that time.
Yeah, the OG squad.
Yeah, now, bro, it's like, it's a crazy, like you guys have got such a sick team.
Yeah. Now the MMA team is so big. It's like every single round with all of those guys is tough, and that's exactly what you want. You don't have to go against all the hobbyists, but those guys, every round you get, it's going to be a hard time.
Did you, because, bro, obviously, like, okay, the first time I ever saw you compete was that video that I reacted to was at Sub Kings.
Yeah.
So you'd been doing jiu-jitsu for like 4 years at that time, eh?
What year was
2020,
that?
2021.
That was just after COVID, eh?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was at the end of 2020, I think.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years. But I didn't really train properly from the beginning. I only trained like twice a week. I was still in school, playing other sports, and in school there's a lot of distractions. So after COVID, I started training properly, like at least 4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was 2022 actually now, because it's almost 2 years ago, something like that, or 21 or... Yeah, because I still remember watching that. I was like, there's no way this takes a white belt, bro, honestly. But so you've been doing it for like, what, 7 odd years, but like seriously now for...
Like 3-4 years.
3-4 years, okay.
Yeah, it makes a big difference when you're like consistent compared to twice a week, couple months on, couple months off. I'm trying to stick to my consistency a lot more, and putting in like 6 days a week. it's been helping a lot.
What is the training like with at Peso? Like, how do you guys, first off, how many times a day do you train and things like that? And like, what is because what I'm getting at is like, every time you compete, I don't know, maybe because you're still young and like learning and everything, every time you compete, it's like way better than the time before.
Yeah.
It's like a huge improvement. It's like all sorts of like new cool stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, is that, and I assume that's down to the way you guys are training and trying stuff, and like, what does your training look like?
If I go back to that flippin' quintet and I watch that thing, I'm like, yes, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I actually have to put it off. It's like embarrassing me.
Do you reckon? Hey, bro, but honestly, like, to be fair though, if you're a white, I'm sure you were just thinking survival. Like, you were sent there
just to
survive, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And you did your job, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, my teeth actually came through my gums, from that rear naked he had on.
Really?
I had like cuts in my gums for months,
Hectic.
But, I didn't tap, so I got him out of there.
Did your job?
Yeah, but Johan probably still would have cleaned them all out, to be honest. So.
Dude, that was crazy, man. We spoke a little bit about him, like, in the car as well, but like, that guy, I remember him as a blue belt, already teaching, and like being far ahead of, like, people saying there's no way he's a blue belt back then, and now he's just running through people.
Yeah, no, he's a monster. Yeah, he just came 5th place now at trials. He's obviously not happy with it, but it's flipping good. 5th place in Africa, Europe, and Asia is very good. But I'm sure he'll go back again and win that trial sometime. Yeah,
I'm sure. I mean, look, every time you go overseas, there's not a lot of people that competed overseas in the last, actually ever really.
Yeah.
I know Chris has done it a couple of times, Rico's done it a couple of times, and I'm sure there's others that I'm missing out on, but it's only seems like it's recently become a thing where people have the chance to do that, to go overseas. And bro, I just wish, just on your hand, bro, I wish that Sub Kings, if you guys ever see this, super fight, bro, Johan Westhuizen and Luke Griffith. You have to, bro. They have to.
That would be huge, yeah.
You know how much, bro, like, that could actually be a big money thing, honestly. Like, people would pay good money to see that. Yeah.
I wonder what the betting odds would be like if there was betting.
I'm sure Luke will be the favorite just because of, like, he's gone to the main show at ADCC and everything like that. But Johan's just so good, bro.
Yeah. No, he's flipping.
There's no one like him in South Africa,
No.
At the moment.
No, I think he's the best in South Africa, if not Africa, at the moment. Yeah.
I mean, the comps he does, when he does them, kind of cleans out.
Yeah.
Dude, even
he's just playing with people, basically.
Yeah. I've seen him 3 years ago. He lost his first matchup, but it was like on a real technicality. Like, he actually was supposed to get points. Like, he did mount the guy, but then ended up like with his back towards the guy in mount.
Okay.
So he wasn't on long enough.
Yeah.
And then I think the guy got like some of those rules make no sense. We get 1 point.
Yeah.
And the guy beat him 1-0.
In South Africa?
Yeah, in Cape Town. But it wasn't a South African guy. It was I think he was from Brazil or France or something.
Okay.
And then the second and third matchups, he was like...
Oh, yes. I was there. I remember watching that. And then he just destroyed the guy.
It was so bad to the point where he was like talking to the ref. He's like, okay, ref, I'm going to armbar the guy now.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Cool.
Yeah.
You better watch for the tap.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, he doesn't like losing, eh? Well, none of us like losing.
But that's also, that Sub Kings, like, if people didn't know about him, then that came to light. I mean, I hadn't seen him train or roll or whatever. I hadn't been in it for like 10 years, and I saw it again. And even for you as well, bro, like since Sub Kings, was that like your first big, besides like local tournaments and stuff, was that like your first big like lights, camera action type tournament?
I'd say that was like basically my pro jiu-jitsu debut as a white belt. So I'd only done white belt competitions before that. And Chris, I only got called up the day before.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not going to say no, obviously.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had a bit of size and weight on my side, but it was still a tough match.
But what's it like, bro? Because obviously you back yourself, and like when you're training, like okay, you've rolled against so many like brown belts, so you can kind of handle yourself, and techniques and whatever. But what's it like when you get asked to do it? Obviously, you're not going to say no, but like the nerves, bro, must have been crazy.
Yeah, I was more excited, to be honest. Like, I saw the team going, and I was like, fuck, I wish I could just be in the team and go join them on the trip. And Yeah, when I got the call up, I was like, yes, I was stoked. Go to the airport, everyone's there, ready to go. Joel, Joubert, Reese, and then Jan was still in Joburg, and then all meet up. And that was like that was my first like feeling of a team camaraderie sort of event. Because you don't really get that in jiu-jitsu, which is quite, they don't do it often, but definitely would be keen to do some more team events, get that team camaraderie up, and it feels like it when you win as well, all the guys. Reese definitely like put on a show there after Tal tapped Joubert and after all that.
Yeah. That was it? He tapped Tal, I think, with that, with the shoulder lock.
Yeah.
Dude, I was going mad for that. Really, like, and then Drickus came in and just freaking like a bulldozer. Bro.
Yeah.
Burkie bulldozer.
I think he had probably 25 kgs on Reese, if not more.
Easy, yeah. But like, so there as a white belt, it was clear like you had a higher level, obviously, than a white belt. Even now as a blue belt, like, when you do competitions and stuff like that, I'm sure, like, from what I've seen anyway, the level's high. I mean, it's obvious. I can say it, because, and you've won pro competitions and stuff like that. But the training, so like when you guys, how does your training day look like? And I know you were saying you want to get a bit more training in. So like, what does it look like now, and what's the ideal like training, would you say, for you going forward?
For me, ideal training would be training with the fight team Monday to Friday. They train basically 9 to 11, 9 to 12. And then do your conditioning before jiu-jitsu for like half an hour. It's like high intensity conditioning, and then hour and a half of jiu-jitsu in the evening.
Okay.
That's what a full-time jiu-jitsu career would be. Yeah, but I'm at college and there when they're not striking, and but actually the past week I've been in the gym 9 to 12 Monday to Friday, and that's been flipping nice. It makes a huge difference training with those guys.
100%. When I don't think you said earlier, but when are you finishing at college?
I finish April.
Okay.
So then I'll be able to train full time, leading up to Worlds in June and November, and that'll be awesome.
And like when you guys do jiu-jitsu class and stuff like that, how much of it is rolling? How much of it is like positional sparring? How much is just working through techniques, drilling?
It varies, but I can say basically probably like 45 minutes drilling technique and 45 minutes open rolling.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like positional rounds. We've been doing a lot more positional rounds, so you'll start in the position we've been drilling. You'll start in that position, and every roll will start from there. So you get like time in that position, which is like very nice. Makes a big difference.
Would you say that's like because Cameron Pritchard, well, obviously from all the comps and stuff, he was also saying like when he started, like that was what pushed him to get a lot better, was just to do the whole positional sparring. Yeah,
my positional game isn't good at all, but it's getting there.
Why? Why you say that?
I normally just sit on the bottom and you watch most of my fights and try attack a triangle or leg or something. So
buggy choke.
Yeah, now this year will be different. It'll be a bit more wrestling, top pressure, control my positions, trying to get used to that game plan for Worlds.
You want to play more top game rather than...
a lot more top game. Keep my position, don't just concede and lose points.
But then who coaches the wrestling at PESFA?
Chris.
Is it Chris as
coaches,
well?
yeah.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Does he still like basically coach everything, or do you have like, is it? Okay.
Yeah, he coaches basically everything. Sandile does judo classes, which I've actually been meaning to start. But with college and everything, I haven't started yet, but I'm going to be starting this year. But Joe and Chris is not there. Reese will fill in, or Jan will fill in, or Joel will fill in. But most of the time, Chris is there.
Is Reese back in PE now? Because I saw a thing about him moving to Europe or something like that.
Yeah, he was in, where was it, Wales? But it's so flipping cold there. I don't think even his wife enjoyed it. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. How long was he gone for?
A couple months. Yeah, he went to America to work on the farms.
Okay.
And then got some bucks there, and now he's back. Now he's got a new job, so he's going to be in PE for a while, which is like a good training partner to have.
Yeah. You guys had a lacquer match, the last quintet, I think, as well.
Yeah.
It was quite fun to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of people go overseas. We also had friends now that went to London, and they came back within 6 months.
No, it's you can't handle the cold, eh?
And it's just like it's gloomy all the time, bro.
Yeah.
And like also, and I was telling you a bit about our company and stuff, but our CEO lives in the UK as well. And like today was also telling me, and I'm sure it's not like this for everybody, but like I experienced it a little bit in France. Like people they do the bare minimum, bro. Like here we have a can-do attitude.
Oh.
And there they're just like, whatever, I'm still going to get paid the same.
Yeah.
It's like frustrating for us because we're so used to like doing stuff, getting it done, that when you get there, it's just like, it's an annoyance.
Yeah.
Big time.
Like, I could never live in the cold weather. I hate the cold. Heat is fine. I can bear with the heat, can take my top off, live in boardies, but the cold, living in 3 layers and jackets and snow, and it's not my vibe. I've actually never seen snow. I want to go do that and snowboard, but I don't live in the snow.
Yeah. What was it like in Poland just otherwise? Because were you there in the summertime?
I was there in the summertime. Yeah, I was actually flipping out.
Is it?
Yeah, flipping out. But it was a very cool, different country, difficult to navigate and speak to people that can barely speak English.
Yeah.
It's like you try to ask someone a simple question and you get nothing back. I was like...
Were you there by yourself?
Vala from our gym actually flew up with me, and then she was there for the comp. I actually stayed with Joseph Chen after I left Vala, stayed there for a day or 2, and then I went to Amsterdam. Yeah.
What's Joseph Chen's story, bro? Because where did he start out and everything? Because forgive me, I only just found out about him now the other day. But because I saw someone spoke about South African athletes and stuff, and then him and Luke, has he just always like where's he now? He's based in US,
I could be wrong, but I think it's China.
Okay.
China or Taiwan, one of those two. But he trained in PE for a little bit. He had grandparents who lived there. So we're trying to get him to come back and do a seminar or something.
As well? Or?
Yeah, I don't think he was like officially part of the gym, but he was like there training whenever was in town, visiting family.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's apparently back then he used to maul people when he was 14 orange belt.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And you went to Netherlands as well, eh?
Yeah, at Amsterdam.
How was that?
That was very cool. Long 2 weeks there. I was like a week by myself there trying to flip and figure out this town. But once my cousin came there, she helped me around. I got one competition in. But I popped my knee in the trials in Poland the 2 weeks before. I was supposed to go to London and do a comp there, but my knee was a bit buggered. So I just strapped it up and I did the comp in Amsterdam 2 weeks later.
That was gi, eh?
That was gi, yeah. I was going to do no gi, but after the gi, I could feel my knee was like a bit tense and tender. So I got 2 matches, 2 European guys. It was just good to at least get some wins overseas. So I at least know that I can do it.
You won that, eh?
Yeah, I got a gold there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the experience like there?
It was very cool. It wasn't like a huge competition, but it was EJIU. They do a couple comps around Europe. So whenever I go back there, I'm definitely going to go try do another one. And then I still have my Naga. I entered Naga for absolute gi, absolute no gi, and no gi and gi, and it was like 4 or 5K. So I still have that entry refund.
Nice.
So whenever I go overseas, I want to try enter a Naga comp.
And the level and stuff when you competed, like what did it? I mean, they're 2 different comps, but like the Amsterdam comp, like how did you feel? Obviously, you won the matches. Yeah. I think the one I saw, it didn't look like it was too difficult, the first match. Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously not taking anything away from you, but like do you think it was much different to South Africa's level? It
was fairly similar. The guys the one guy was quite tough and the other guy was fairly old, but there's difference between blue belt hobbyists and competitors. I think the one guy was more of a hobbyist. But I was just trying to get my frustrations out from losing in Poland, so kind of took it out on them.
So if you had advanced and won in Poland, do you then get to go to the big ADCC show? Was that like a qualifying?
Yeah, if you win trials, then you get your free ticket to Worlds.
Okay. So that's the way.
That's the way, yeah.
That's the
then
way.
You're at least famous and make it in jiu-jitsu. But I saw Craig Jones put something out that you only get paid $10,000 if you win. Since the 2015 ADCC World, it's been $10,000, $10,000, $10,000, and $10,000, and it's never gone up.
Jeez.
So I think he's trying to get them to put some more money into the sport.
Yeah, that's actually I know with like Luke going overseas and stuff. I actually think for your style, That would be the perfect guy to learn from for you.
Yeah.
Like, just because he's a little bit more unorthodox, and it's just like not that Gordon Ryan or anyone else of the big names aren't innovative, but like he just hits things from different angles, and just like it's just such a different style where it's like Gordon Ryan is like precise like through a system. Craig Jones is just like, okay, I'm here now, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. That'd be I think would you ever go and like
I've wanted to
overseas?
go to B team for a while.
Is it?
I use tons of the stuff from his game. Whenever I see him like put out instructionals, I never go and buy the instructionals, but I look at the positions that are on the cover and I sort of try to figure it out. And you can make out a bit of it, but his game is flipping nice. I've been needing a nice back take that he gets from a DOS.
Yeah. Is there no way, like, how do you think you'd have to go about doing that? I mean, they'd obviously have to see you compete and stuff, and then get an invite, or
we could speak to Joseph. Chris could speak to them. Chris could speak to Craig. We've had Craig down for a seminar once. So he's rolled with Reese and Chris and the guys. I missed that. I was on a water polo tour that time. I was so bleak. Like the next 2 years after that, he blew up and I got more into jiu-jitsu. I was like, I missed out on Craig Jones for the seminar.
Yeah.
And now he hasn't come back. But that was just before he blew up. I think that was 2017. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think he came to Cape Town as well, because I saw a whole lot of guys from Cape Town also rolling with him. Because that's like the thing now. The reason I asked you about the level is because everybody that I've spoken to that's gone, like whether it's MMA or jiu-jitsu, like years back, the level was just, there was such a big gap between South Africa and overseas. And I'm sure there still is a bit of a gap for some competitors, but now people like Luke Griffith, Peyton, and everybody like that are doing it on a big stage.
Yeah.
And I think people are starting to wake up to South Africa and see like we're not
too far off.
Yeah, we're not too far off, exactly.
Yeah, now we're getting there. There's so much like stuff you can learn from online. You basically have all the content from the guys. So if your coaches are implementing that, you can get better at it instantly, basically. Like Chris is forever, whenever he sees new stuff pop up, like Mika Gaval's armbar from the last WNO, we've been like drilling that armbar, and like whenever there's new stuff that pops up, we getting into it.
But he's always been like that. Like I said, I met him in like I think 2007 or something like that. And back then, like EFC wasn't around. Like he would host events. I think him and like I forget who else. Rico mentioned someone else would host events. They hosted actually at Old Grey. They hosted the first ever. They called it the Carlson Gracie Africa Cup.
Okay.
So it was this guy called Dave Levy. He's in East London. I think he's in East London now. He's in PE. He's in PE again.
He has his own jiu-jitsu gym or CrossFit and jiu-jitsu gym there as well.
Where's he now?
I don't know too much about him, but I know a few of our guys like cross-train between. But he does a lot more CrossFit than jiu-jitsu, I think.
Because he switched, I think. So when I met him, he was a blue belt, but he'd been blue belt for so long.
Yeah.
And then he only graded with Marcus Suarez from Canada, because from when he was in Canada, who's now a red belt. And then I think when I left, he was Dave was a brown belt. And then he got his black belt subsequently. But then I also saw I've friends him on Facebook. And I saw like he was Africa's fittest man, and he was talking about doing CrossFit when we were there, and I was like, yo, whatever, what's this CrossFit nonsense, bro? And then next thing you check in there, Africa's fittest man at the big CrossFit games and everything. So I think you can always do jiu-jitsu, and I think like you said, like at one point, you want to do comps and whatever, but you probably, I mean, he had a family already back then and stuff, so he's obviously settled and all that, and put his time into CrossFit. But you can always still do jiu-jitsu and teach jiu-jitsu and that. Yeah. But he also, he lived around the corner from me, so I was lucky.
Okay.
Because I lived in Summerstrand and Chris lived in Lorraine.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to trek all the way to Lorraine, even like after school. Yeah. Like I was at Grey, so it was closer to Lorraine, but still far.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't you know someone? Is there no one else? But like back then, there were literally 2 people.
Yeah.
It was Chris and Dave. And he's like, no, someone in Summerstrand. I was like, what's the chances? It's just crazy to see how far everything's come. But Chris he's been like that, because he used to be in contact with people in America back to try to bring like because back in the day, like when Rico and him fought here, there was almost like no rules. Like Rico said, before the fight, they would get together and be like, okay, listen, bro, are you okay with eye gouging? And if you both said yes, or are you okay with biting? If you both said yes, you're allowed to bite and eye gouge. And then Chris came and was like, no, like there's UFC's, like these rules, like Pride rules, we can do this. And then when they get the unified rules, and he was always trying to like bring that standard and always like at the forefront of like what the international oaks are doing. So I'm not surprised he's still doing stuff like that.
Pride still had flipping head soccer kicks and all of that.
But it's so crazy that like stomps on the head are not allowed, but then they're not allowed elbows.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Not at all.
But now you can do that in 1FC, so it's kind of like the Pride back in the day from Pride. But what is it like? Like, what's it like to learn from him? Or like, what's it like to have him as a coach?
Yeah, it's amazing, eh? He's got such a pool of knowledge. I think PE, lots of people in PE don't know what they're missing out on there. Like, he's always evolving, always doing new stuff. I'm not the smartest guy, but I just listen to what he says and try to do that. And it's gotten me to where I am, so I'm going to stick with that for as long as I can.
Yeah, it's working, bro. It's a winning formula so far.
Yeah, we're trying to work on my points game for Worlds so that I don't just flip and concede points. Get better at the wrestling. Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah. I think it's almost... So, like, we did an analysis the one time of Cameron Simon's fight.
Yeah.
Where the fight that he lost. Okay, and, like... What we deduced from that, because he's so calm in all areas, like he's so good, Cameron Simon, at MMA, but he lost on points because he was almost like not urgent enough to try to push the points.
Okay. So it was decision.
It was a decision loss. Like and it's like interesting that you talk about the points as well, because I think like transitioning from rolling, like a lot of times you roll, you're calm and like you're on the bottom and like you don't worry, you're not thinking points. But then you get to like a competition and that's like all that people are thinking about.
That's all that matters,
Exactly. And like, especially also if you're like used to, let's say, maybe being in being able to hit stuff from a bad position. Sometimes people like give up a bad position because like, I can hit it. But then the points game is so different because you want to like stop the person even getting remotely close to like a dominant position on you. It's important.
No, the points is like everything, especially at World. Like you can pull guard if you want to, but you're still going to have to sweep the guy from there or submit him. And submitting guys at a high level is super difficult. So you're going to have a points game. That's why we're doing the wrestling. We want to get on top, pass, get points, not get swept, all of that stuff. And also he obviously does the MMA guys and he tells them exactly what to do. If they want to stand and bang with the guy, he'll say stand and bang and show them you can stand with him. But when you need to win a round, he'll tell you, okay, go do your shot and get the fight in the bag.
It's important. It's very, very important. And we spoke about Sub Kings earlier, but like you also got your belt that you're defending soon, eh?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
How are you feeling for that?
No, I'm keen.
Rematch, with Cameron?
Rematch, yeah. I'm sure we'll probably have 10 or 20 other matches before we're both done in the sport. But it'll be like he's always a nice, tough role, make it exciting.
What is Sub Kings like? I mean, just outside of competing there and stuff, like what are you, because from the outside, like from watching the whole production value and all that kind of stuff, like for me, it's the best comp in the whole country. You know, what's it like actually competing there and having that opportunity to have, like now we got Chris and it's Ashley Williams, I think.
Williams,
coming down from Wales. I mean, like, where would anyone have ever thought you would have like all these international oaks to compete with?
No, it's a super professional platform. It's great that they're doing that for the sport, so that when you go overseas to the other professional platforms, it's not a shock. You're used to the lights and the cameras and all of that stuff. But they're putting money into the sport, giving us exposure. We can't ask for much more than that.
I can't wait to see what they're doing now, because I saw a story today that they like in a studio as well, filming a preview show and all that kind of stuff. So they could maybe become like the who's number one, or one of those comps for South Africa, which would be great.
It'll be cool if they could get some flipping giant African guys for us to go against.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't know too much jiu-jitsu.
They'll probably know a lot of judo. Like you see at the comps,
Yeah.
these oaks are like sometimes it's gonna be disrespectful as fuck, but sorry. Sometimes I'll watch these guys and then it's like black belts.
Yeah.
Like again, like, it is what it is. It's disrespectful, sorry.
Yeah.
But like, and then I look and I'm like, they're clearly they come from a judo background, you know. And then it's like that same comp actually. There was 2 guys in the black belt division, and the one guy won on. It wasn't even. I think he got a foot sweep actually, so I think he got takedown points.
Yeah.
And that was the win. There was like almost. I mean, it's jiu-jitsu, it's grappling, but it was like you could clearly see, it looked more like a judo matchup than anything.
Yeah, a lot of jiu-jitsu nowadays, it's basically if you can be a good wrestler and good on the feet, you're gonna beat the guy. And you're gonna slowly like break him mentally and physically. Because the jiu-jitsu, you're not used to wrestling. It's a completely different type of cardio. So if you can be good at the wrestling and the scrambles and all of that, your jiu-jitsu is just gonna get better.
Yeah, my worst is when you see like I got SA colors in wrestling, rock up their white belts, and just maul people, bro. Yeah. Like even sometimes at blue belt level, you'll see some wrestlers like really maul people, like on point. So like most of the time, unless it's like a headlock or something like that, or like a choke, you see them mauling. Like when I restarted jiu-jitsu and whatever, all of that, like I wanted to put an emphasis on wrestling, but ended up doing the whole guard pulling as well. Where, you know, it's inevitable.
I also started there. You just got to get through that stage, and eventually you'll figure out. You kind of just got to do the work and put in the hours of the wrestling. Yeah. Like look at Nicky Roddy, flipping won. Well, he didn't win Worlds, but he won trials, and I think he came 2nd or 3rd at Worlds as a blue belt. Just wrestling, basically. Beat
Cyborg in his first like major comp. They had the little falling out in the back there. He was like, "Oh, good job, but you didn't win." If you saw that, but yeah,
ADCC is basically wrestling with a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Yeah, everyone starts on the feet. You don't want to pull guard. You can't pull guard after halfway. We want to get a lot better at the wrestling and show people we can wrestle.
You can go there with wrestling shoes as well if you want to. Yes. You can go there in Sambo gear. You can go there in whatever, basically. Yeah. I mean, barring... Oh, no, didn't a guy go in a Speedo the other day? Yeah. Was that ADCC?
That. Yeah, that was trials in America.
Oh, jeez, dude. Because it literally says you can go in whatever you want. People used to roll in gi back in the day.
Yes.
Imagine going and doing it in gi, bro. Just
but
giving
you can't
people
choke
leverage.
Them with your gi. Yeah. But you can get choked with your gi.
Oh, that's stupid then to do it in gi. Why would you even give... And they can grab your gi, obviously.
Yes.
That would be so stupid, dude. Imagine doing that. Yeah. But like, who else... who else do you sort of look up to in the international scene, like for jiu-jitsu? Like, you want to model your style after, or maybe think they got a cool way of competing?
Probably like the Ruotolos. They flipping... The way that they roll is... so entertaining. Like if you can roll like them, you're gonna bring eyes to the sport, and people are gonna want to watch you. Probably like the Ruotolos. They also like to surf. Craig Jones, Joseph. Sort of that kind of style.
And if you like Johan, now we said earlier, has also come back to PE. Do you like, what's it like learning from him, like, and how good he's been and stuff like that? Do you get to roll a lot with him, or? Yeah,
no, it's ridiculous. Like, you can train with him for a week and you can feel after that week you're so much better than training for a month with a regular guy. He'll give you certain tips and he'll expose those parts of your game that aren't good, and you learn super quickly, because otherwise you're just going to keep getting smashed.
But what makes him so good? Because I mean, obviously, like the way he's rolled for a long time, and like he knows a lot of techniques and whatever. But is it that he doesn't give you an inch when you roll, or is it the fact that like doesn't matter what position he's in, he can hit subs, or like what is it about him? Because like I said earlier with Craig Jones, it doesn't matter what position you put him in, you got to worry. But like with Gordon Ryan, like for most of the time, he's going to get on top. He's always going to sweep you, and he's going to be in dominant positions. Like, what makes him so good?
I'd say he's just super technical. Like, for me, he's one of the most technical rolls. And on top of that, he weighs 100 kilograms. So mix those two together, you got a huge problem on your hands. He doesn't give you an inch in rolls, like the pressure. Generally, you're on bottom with him. But even when you're trying to pass his guard, you learn so much about your game. You try pass like a loose pass from the side, he'll tackle you, get on top. It's like, you can't really give him anything, otherwise he's going to capitalize on it, which is how it is at the top level. If you give guys an inch, they're going to make you pay for it, and you're going to end up losing the match, and there's your world's gone.
So it feels like that first time you roll with your coach or something, where it's like nothing you do works most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more you do it, the better it gets, but you gotta get used to it, and you're in for a tough time.
And then when you figure one thing out, then there's
another problem.
Else.
Yeah. I try treat most competitions like it's a good way to go into a competition pretending like you're going against a Han, because you can't make a mistake, and it's a good way to approach it. Yeah.
How does someone like that get better, bro? I think I said it earlier, but how do you get better then? If you do you just push yourself to the limit, or?
Yeah, I think pushing yourself, rolling when you're tired. Obviously, when you're tired, you don't have as much muscle strength, and you have to use your technique. But it's just putting in more hours, doing positional rounds. He still gets better every day, so you can't stop. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm the best now, I'm going to just stop rolling. There's no competition for me. You're going to get worse then. Everyone's going to catch up, and you're just going to stop progressing. But, it's been lucky to have him in PE.
Good to have him back.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it one more time, Sub Kings, please, Luke Griffith and Johan, bro. Come on, make it happen. And surfing and stuff like that, I see you surf quite a bit. You said mostly pipe, eh?
Yeah, mostly
Where do you live in PE?
In Humewood.
Okay, so you're close to...
Yeah, nice and close to the beach.
Yeah,
I've surfed... I started surfing when I was 10. So I've done surfing longer than I've done jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I started life-saving from the age of 6. So I was in the water from a young age. My uncle was a very good surfer, went to Bali and all of that. So, surfing's like my getaway from jiu-jitsu. It's so lekker. Just get in the ocean away from the world, and you just go to focus on the wave.
3-4 hours, yeah.
I've actually taken Johan surfing, and Joel's getting into it now. So,
is it?
Yeah, it's nice to try get the jiu-jitsu guys into surfing. We've got a couple guys in PE that also surf and roll, like Jorg, and a bunch of guys there.
Where do you take them? Where did you start teaching them pipe?
Pipe, but Miller's is a lot more friendly.
Yeah. Miller's, you can get half a foot if you want, bro, on a good day, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You get storm swells, it's like 3 foot, bro.
Yeah.
Humewood, actually, bro, when 6 pillars and they call it Humewood, like in front of
Six-pack,
just in between there and the pier at Hobie. It doesn't break often, but it's...
Yeah, I don't know the name now, but it's
across from
it's basically pier, and then just in the middle there, baked beans.
Yeah, baked beans. Yeah. That's a lacquer place to surf when it's pumping. 6 pillars is one of the better as well. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's cooking, it's flipping lacquer. Like I've surfed pier, you only get it maybe once, twice a year, but I've had pier once where it's super tubes and it's cooking.
Yeah. And there's a place, I don't know if it's still there, but when you go past pipe towards a nature reserve, but a kilometer up past pipe, we used to call it non-com. I don't know if it's still Rincon. Rincon. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that place also is a once every 3 years, but then that thing pumps, but then it runs, But people, because we were bodyboarding, so we preferred fence.
Okay.
Fence is always nice. So when I used to train at Humewood Gym, you could actually see fence from there.
Yes.
Especially when it's pumping, bro. But pumping's 4 foot.
Yeah.
And people are just getting barreled crazy.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the best spot in PE, fence. When those banks are working, those just get barreled left, right, and centre. There, 3 peaks down the beach.
Do you guys walk? Do you walk to fence, or do you catch a lift, or how drive there?
I'll rather just drive down.
Okay, because we used to have to always run on the freaking from. My mom would drop me off at Pipe. We'd go start there and search for waves.
Yeah.
We were lighties, man, and then you'd be like, "No, okay." You look down the beach and you're like, "Okay, that side at Rincon, nothing happening there. Okay, so we're not going to go that far." Then you run up the beach. You'd be like, "Okay, maybe what is the spot next in front of something good on the other side of the
Avalanche.
Yeah. So you go check if avalanche is working.
Yeah.
Not working. Okay, and you just keep going down the beach, like going on. Because pipe, like especially you get those storms in June, and it's like pipe can't handle bigger than like 4 or 5 feet.
No, it gets all like messy and washed out. Yeah,
just washed out.
I'll tell you there at MacArthur's, my mother went in park to go have a swim. The people, they came and changed her tire for her, took her brand new tire off, put an old tire on, and then just left her car there within like half an hour.
Really?
Max. Changed her tire, took her new tire, put her old tire on.
No ways,
and she just came and checked like a old rusted tire.
Donut on her car.
Flat, no thread.
But what
South Africa.
What is PE like now? Because like back, like I lived there like 12 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it was starting to like get a little bit like stuff like that would start happening.
Yeah. There's always your bad areas, but yeah, if you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're okay there. Yeah. So very quiet at night compared to like Joburg and Cape Town.
Yeah.
P after 9, 10 o'clock is basically a ghost town.
Yeah. Except there so when we were at school, we used to go to where Premier is now.
Yeah.
Brooks Hill.
Yeah, by Coachman.
Yeah, it used to be like 4 or 5 clubs back, like way back.
Yes, yeah.
Actually, talk about Chris Brightbury. Back then, I swear you would hear that guy's name every time you go out. People are like, I'm a coach fighter. I'm fighting with Chris Brightbury.
Oh, goodness. People love speaking about that when they go out and start drinking.
I don't know if he knows, like, how much his name got thrown around. Like, people used to say he was training them.
Yeah.
They used to say, we always be doing NHB, bro. No old spot. It's cringe, bro.
No, it's bad.
And do you ever hit, like, J-Bay or any of that? Do you ever go to, like, Super Tubes or...
I haven't been in a while. I went last year a couple times. I mostly go to St. Francis.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Go roll at the pound there.
Seals or...
Seals, yeah. Seals. They got a lacquer gym there, the pound, right by the beach.
Yeah,
I
saw something, yeah. Okay. Roll and surf.
Yeah, I've got a mate who lives out there and it's an awesome town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever relocate at all, or do you think you're happy there in South Africa now?
I would, but not anytime soon. No, I don't want to go away from PE and go train anywhere else. I want to train as hard as I can for the next 10 odd years and see where it can take me. Only have so much time.
Yeah.
I'm already turning 23 this year, so
in
10
time,
years I'll be 33. So, yeah.
I'm 33 now, so you'll be... But, like, I stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I started... Like, I think about it now. Like, I started 17 years ago. I started jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then stopped after, like half a year or a year.
Yeah.
And only restarted 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, if you carry on... Shit, bro, like another 10 years. 33 is young, eh? Like, there's guys that guy I told you about that was first in Africa at AJP in the brown. He's a brown belt.
Yes.
He's 40 or 41.
Yeah.
And he was first in the pro. And you know what? He was first in masters. I think Christian Kamp was first in pro actually for brown.
Okay.
Brown belt.
Yeah.
Like you get pro and the masters one. Yeah.
Pro masters.
Yeah.
Masters
He was
one,
definitely
masters
first
two.
in Africa. Yeah. I think he was third at pro actually. That's why. Yeah. But he's 40, bro. You'll never, like, you roll with him, you'll never say. I mean, the way, obviously, you can tell someone looks 40, but, I mean,
the way that they move.
Dude, pressure, strength.
Who's that guy that won the world title at 42, Glover Teixeira?
Yeah.
42 years old, winning a world title. So it's not impossible, but it's not ideal.
But injuries and stuff like that are the main thing you got to watch out for, you know, like, especially, bro, I can't remember when it was. I was chatting to Chris on Instagram about how, because we just like from the time I was with him, like people were doing leg locks. There wasn't such a heavy focus on it, and about how much people are attacking legs now and stuff. So like injuries, knees and ankles and stuff like that are the main thing you got to watch out for.
Yeah. If I've injured my knees, my elbows, I don't know if that when I fought Tian Gerber, this arm bent 45 degrees that way, where the point where my bone was like starting to stick out here. And you can actually check in the video, I take my hand and I push it back.
Seriously?
And I like pushed it back into place. Yeah, I'll send you the video.
Hectic.
You can literally see my arms like this way. It looks like it's like this, but it's actually this way with the bone coming through here. But I was just too...
How far into the bout was it?
Tap. That was like a minute in.
Really?
Yeah.
But I'm sure the adrenaline also is like...
No, I didn't feel it I felt it a couple hours later, but yeah, that was very bad. The doctors were like super, super surprised when I showed them the video of what happened. I only went 2 weeks later to get checked up. And there was like no bone damage, only ligaments and tendons,
Sure.
which is quite good.
Yeah.
But now it's all fine.
Is it all healed?
Yeah.
And knee and ankle and stuff like that, is that also, you work around it, or
Yeah,
is
I
it the
work
classic
around
jiu-jitsu where they tell you you're out for 6 months and you go back in 2 weeks?
Yeah. No, I've popped my ankles lots. Flip, I always roll this ankle when I'm walking somewhere. But
I do the same.
I like to think it's flipping training for a toe.
Yeah. My wife also, she's always shocked because then I've stepped funny so many times, and then I literally like Brian. Did you see Brian Ortega?
Yes.
When he was jumping
Exactly
up and down.
that.
Yeah. But then it's like you feel nothing. It happens so often.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
I think your ligaments are used to that like stretch. It's good prep for a toe hold.
Yeah.
You can take a bite at least.
Yeah. Yes, bro. I don't know. The whole the whole heel hooks are still a bit.
Yeah. No, if it's a
that-
heel hook on my knee, I'll tap. A knee, you don't want to sit out for 6 months to a year. But a foot you can survive with, I think.
Yeah, ankle is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Tell me one thing I wanted to ask you about, because I was actually at that comp, the one with 80cc with Desley, where Desley won.
Yeah, in Cape Town.
Do you want to talk about that?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Okay. Yeah, bro. I wanted to get your thoughts about the whole incident happening afterwards, where everybody was like going boss like that, and like, did you really care, or were you just like bleak that you lost?
I was very just bleak that I lost.
Okay.
And lost the money, lost the gold medal. It would have been awesome to my first pro 80cc comp to win gold in absolute, but I got double silver. But it's better than nothing. But yeah, it's teammates that were happy for each other. I can't blame them. No, it's what it is. I can't really say anything for it.
It just so happens that the teammate was the ref, so it's like, because I can imagine as well, like if you're happy for your teammate, like it's, you don't even probably realize that you're reffing it or not.
Just took over.
Yeah. Did you guys roll again after that? Did you guys ever compete against each other after that?
Yeah, I got him in Joburg 80cc, and then I got him with the toe hold.
I was going to say
win back.
You got him back, yeah.
Yeah.
How good is he? I mean, obviously very good.
Yeah.
Like even before I like that same sub kings, everybody, and even just people I meet and they're like, that train at Henzo, all levels are like, have you ever rolled with Desley? I'm like, no. Have you felt his pressure? Like everybody goes on about his pressure.
No, I haven't really had a long roll with him to feel his pressure. The first one we had in Cape Town, he knee-barred me in flipping like 15 seconds. And then the one in Joburg, I got on top of him and toe-holded him fairly quickly. So I've never felt his pressure, but I've heard from a few guys who have, and it's obviously nothing fun. You don't want to sit under someone's top pressure. But yeah, he's a flipping beast at 40 years old to still be doing what he does.
Yeah, he's 40, so he's another example of...
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine how good you'll be in 17 years?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. I'm actually getting... Yeah, he's also coming... So I'll ask him all his questions and stuff. He's actually coming on the podcast as well.
And he's a black belt now,
soon.
Eh?
Yeah. Just got it, yeah.
Flipping sick.
Yeah, I mean that guy's so consistent with his comps.
Yeah,
like does almost every single comp.
Yeah,
like I think it's key.
You learn so much every competition. That's what I try. Like, you can't go and make the same mistake. That's my biggest thing. It's like if you make the same mistake again, you're not learning from your mistakes. You need to go there and fix your mistakes and do better, and then you'll eventually just get better and better and better. When I watch my old competitions, I was watching some yesterday. It's like, I can't actually watch it. It's just so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
But surely, like, also you're like, okay, I'm so glad I don't do that anymore. You know, there's actually two reactions. It's like, what the f*** am I doing?
Yeah.
Switch it off.
Yeah.
Or like, thank God I don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I was actually, I don't know if I was too happy about your reaction, because it was like, now you're just showing everybody my white belt jiu-jitsu.
No, but so the whole idea with that actually is like, I want to, I'm trying to find some other clips. Like I want to do the winner takes all one as well.
Yeah.
And like, not that Sub Kings needs it because they're bringing enough light to themselves, but it's more just like I said in the one video, like I actually, you want to like my favorite people to watch roll. Like I really enjoy your style and stuff. So
no, I'm just joking. It's you have to start somewhere.
No, but exactly. But then the thing is, like, also like when people if people realize it wasn't even 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago because it was. I need to check this date, but it was 21 or 22, but like. Call it 2 years.
Yeah, I know, like, it was sometime just after COVID.
I think it was the end of 2021, to be honest. So it was just over 2 years.
Yeah.
But then also, like, if someone watches that, let's say that's the first exposure they get to you, and they happen to watch the next video of you winning winner takes all against brown and black belts. I think the black belt's also in that winner takes all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it's like it will show the progression and the growth, and then also just. It's the highlight, like, sick stuff that Submission Kings is doing. Like I said, again, they don't need it, but...
Yeah. No, they're doing good stuff, eh?
They're doing good stuff. I want to do a lot of reaction stuff to that, you know, because even, like, bro, the combat jiu-jitsu stuff, bro, there was a one fight, the heavyweights.
Yes.
They use it on their promo videos now. The dude was like, I think he was in full guard or half guard or something, and he was just
getting beaten.
Just smacking the rope from the top. And it was still a decision at the end. There was no, TKO or whatever.
The ref was close, but he wasn't, like, out of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're doing good stuff. The women's eight woman. The women's 8-man.
The 8-woman
one that's coming up as well. Like, I'm really excited to watch that. And, like, even when there was that Coastal Queens versus... that
was sick.
Bunmi and Monique.
Yeah.
What the hell? And Monique's arm bending like that, you know?
Some people just have such flexible shoulders, eh? And then some people, you get it not even halfway, and they're just tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if I'm allowed, I don't know if I'm still right or if I'm allowed to say, but I think Chris had issues with his shoulders, like, way back with, like, key locks and stuff like that. For years and years of, like, grappling and judo and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does take a toll, eh?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, you got to get through it.
It happens. It happens.
If you're better, then you won't get beaten and be injured. So just get better.
Yeah. And now future plans and stuff like that, I know you said you're going to do all of the competitions that you can possibly and but what's your roadmap now to, let's say, make it to the Vegas show?
The Las Vegas show's a long shot away, but I want to do pretty much every single AJP this year, and then do AJP Worlds, No-Gi Worlds end of June, AJP Gi Worlds November, and then do all the ADCCs as well. And then whenever there's a trials, I'll be jumping in, getting my exposure and experience. You have to be there and see the level and compete against those guys to be comfortable with it. Like, I think Luke only got it on his 4th time, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's Johan's 2nd or 3rd time now. So his next time, he's probably going to get it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I still want to see him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get it.
He looked like he had a different, I mean, he doesn't have social media. Well, so it's not like the one picture or whatever you saw, but the Krionshi's gym showed a couple of training videos and stuff, and you could see, like, driven, like, for this shape, one. Yeah, and he went up because he was under 88, and then he went under 99. But the guys are super strong under 99. Some people cutting from probably like 110. Yeah. We had to bulk up to basically 100. Yeah. And if you win worlds as a blue belt, do you get promoted to purple belt? In AJP? Yeah, or any of the, well, mainly AJP because it's the biggest. I mean, obviously it's not your decision, but like, that's up to Chris completely. Yeah. If I win worlds, I think it's a good good reason. But yeah, I came 4th, so I still want to try and win it. The prize money is also nice. They give you 40k if you win a blue. Rand. 40,000 rand. Yeah. 20k for 2nd, 10k for 3rd. So that's nice. And then as the belts go up, you get more cash. So we want to get a whole group of guys going up there, do blue, purple, black. Yeah. Are you gonna focus? Are you gonna switch between gi and no gi, or you? Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah, I want to do both as much as possible. Can only benefit me at the end of the day. Yeah. The gi helps the no gi. Do you train gi more? Or do you train no gi more? Do you what is your? Definitely more no gi. Okay. We do gi classes Tuesday, Thursday, no gi Monday, Wednesday, Friday wrestling, Saturday open mat,
and then in the morning it's no gi. So definitely a lot more no gi, but I still like the gi. It's definitely, it was so nice, like training in the gi. I trained in the gi for 2 weeks, only 2 weeks before the last Worlds. It should have been longer, but like I could feel my gi game got so much better after that. Yeah.
And it's also, I mean, it's no-gi. It helps you for no-gi as well.
Yeah.
Well, they complement each other in any event.
Yes.
And then, like, when you have, say, sub-kings or something like that, do you then focus more on no-gi just for the, like, leading up to it? Or
Yeah.
do you change anything at all?
Just the week or two maybe. But, like, now it's AJP this weekend, AJP next weekend, sub-kings the next weekend. So I'll be doing gi and no-gi the next week, and then maybe the week before sub-kings, just no-gi. Yeah.
And we spoke about Namibia. You guys want to have a trip to Skeleton Bay, bro?
Yeah, that would be sick. Make a drive up there, go get shacked.
Yeah, you're up for it, It's heavy. It's heavy, dude.
No, if it's too big, fuck, I'm not going to go paddle out there.
Yeah. Because I showed you earlier, like, what the lagoon looks like, but it's actually on the ocean. It's in the ocean, obviously.
Yes.
The problem is, because it runs down that coast like that, if you get caught in the rip, you get swept straight out into the sea. Yeah. So, and I don't know about the Sharky area, because we took a catamaran from, so where my wife's parents' place is. They've got the harbour just up there, and you take the catamaran across the bay, which is much quicker than driving. But we went to that what's called Pelican Point. So you got the point, and then it's all the way up is Skeleton Coast, Donkey Bay.
Okay.
And there's a seal colony on that point, like literally on that point.
Yes, I've seen the videos, yeah.
And the guy was like, no, the sharks aren't here. We don't see sharks. There's never shark attacks. I'm like, whatever, bro. This water's like brown. It's green and brown mixed.
Yeah. And you got a whole like couple hundred seals waiting there to be chowed.
They got a seal problem actually there. So maybe it's possible, because they actually have to...
But they have too many seals.
They've got too many seals, yeah. So there's 2 big seal colonies. It's actually... There's there, and then up the coast. This is a small colony but I think that's where all those videos on YouTube where the guy goes and takes nets off seals and stuff like that. I think it happens there.
Okay.
And then they've got a bigger one up at what they call Southern Cross, I think it's called. Actually, I like a wave there as well. But that's like their wild, like super wild coast.
Yeah.
Like I would be careful like surfing there, because I don't think they have any sort of like a control on the seal population and stuff. I think the sharks control it over there.
Okay.
So, yeah. But it's a lacquer place, bro. Like, if you must let me know when you guys go down, because, like I said, there's the...
I've just checked the buildings. They're like German, I think it's German colonized or Dutch colonized.
Yeah.
It looks like Europe, basically.
Yeah. Swakopmund.
Yes, Swakopmund.
There's actually a place called Flotskebaken, which is also like super German, obviously, because of the name. It's up in the, so there's a place called Henties Bay. That's kind of like... Plet, or like it would be like going to St. Francis for New Year's, basically.
Okay.
So it's like an hour from Wolfers.
Yeah.
And like people go there for holiday and stuff. But just before, there's a place called Flotskebaken, where it's the most random thing, bro. There's different houses, of each one is a different color, but not like Boerkaap where they're like next to each other. It's just random in the middle of a desert. Each one has its own water tower, and it's got like a unique shape and whatever. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what the guest house that my wife's parents have. So they modeled it after that. So like if you guys go up and look at it and you'll see it, then you'll check like the guest house looks exactly the same. It's actually quite sick.
No, that'll be flipping cool. I'll definitely take you up on that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
If we go through in December.
Yeah, we hit up Swakop, bro. Honestly, like it's quiet. Like that whole coast is really quiet.
Yeah.
But like you say, you take a photo on the main road of Swakops, like in Germany. German bakers. Some people don't speak English.
Okay, sick.
I don't speak German, so it doesn't help me, bro. But
I don't understand Afrikaans.
They do. No, they do. Yeah, they speak a lot of... Actually, in Namibia, it was so weird, bro, because like you go to shops here and the first language you speak is English.
Yeah.
And then you go there, I speak English, and they look at me like I'm weird.
Yeah.
And they speak back in Afrikaans.
Okay.
So, no, they definitely... And they do speak English, they just don't want to. You know?
Yeah, it was funny. In Amsterdam, you can like pick up on certain parts of the Dutch. And like you can see when they're speaking about you, which was quite funny because they obviously didn't know I could speak Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And then you can like catch on if they're speaking about you.
Yeah. Yes, they hate Afrikaans, eh?
Oh,
It's
okay.
weird, yeah. They call it kitchen Dutch.
Okay.
I mean, I don't speak for all people from Netherlands,
Yeah,
but like, yeah, it was weird because my dad and I went to, so after school, I went to, so my dad lived in the middle, still lives, well, he just retired, but he lives in France now.
Okay.
But back then he used to just holiday there. And then we went to France and we went in Paris and we were like in one of the little like stores looking at like souvenirs.
Yeah.
And I heard what to me sounded like one of the most common Afrikaans accents I've ever heard. Like, it sounded like Afrikaans, but it was just like, I don't know. I don't want to offend any areas in PE. It sounded like I'll go park almost a little bit, you know? So, and I turned around and I look at my dad, I'm like, what the is this? Like, are these? He goes, no, they're from Netherlands. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. And then we spoke Afrikaans and they spoke Dutch and we could like understand each other.
Yeah. They're very similar.
It's weird to hear. Yeah.
But they have a different, like, I don't know, like a different tang to how they speak.
Yeah.
And
a few different words and they've got a few different, like, the sentence structure is a little bit different. As well. So, yeah, I tried to learn Dutch a little bit, but then I had plans of, like, actually moving to the Netherlands, but when I also saw the weather and stuff like that most of the time, and no space, bro. Zero space at all.
Everyone living on top of each other in the snow. And
yeah, you pay like 2,500 euros for a garage-sized apartment, basically. So yeah.
No, it was crazy for me to like see that side of the world. It actually made me appreciate South Africa a lot more because I like the open spaces, the nature, the waves, and the bushes, not just a flippin' concrete jungle. People
like when you travel, you actually appreciate South Africa. Like people can get negative. I've been negative about South Africa, and obviously there's issues and stuff, and like the country is different to like the people running it. Obviously, so some people have an issue with the people running it, some people have an issue with the crime, whatever it is. But like what we get here, you don't get in many other countries.
No, you can't like buy the land, and the scenes and everything,
and the people, bro. Boredom is a choice in South Africa, bro. There's a saying now, like it's. If you're bored in South Africa, it's a choice. Yeah. It's like a movie, bro. Some of the shit that goes on here, like some of the stuff you get to do.
There's always something every day.
Nah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man. Listen, I think it's a good place to call it. I really appreciate the time.
Sick,
and hopefully we get to see you on an international stage soon.
Yeah, that'll be very lekker.
Yeah, I'll be definitely watching. The next reaction video is going to be of like you winning the belt probably. So
hopefully winning worlds, you can do a reaction to that.
That would be sick, yeah. A live reaction, man. We'll do live stream
Make some bucks.
Yeah.
Fresh.
No, but all the best, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes in the next couple of comps and stuff. So man, we must keep in touch. I'm sorry, AJP, I'm not paying to stream. So
I think they are free. Most of them.
No, South Africa's one is free. But if you want to do the any of the international stuff, it's and ADCC definitely the international stuff is not free. Yeah. No, the local stuff you can watch on YouTube. So but I don't know. I have an issue with streaming, but I don't know.
I just take the stuff.
Yeah, that's why SubKings. Not to start our conversation again, but that's why SubKings was so good in the beginning because they just put it for free on YouTube.
Yeah, but even what's it, $5? It's $100. It's
$5 is nothing.
Not much.
So
and it's just going to go back into the platform and athletes at the end of the day. So
exactly. Plus, if you look at America, everything is you can stream everything. So and things pay per view, and it seems to work. So no, but all the best, man, this weekend, and all the best for everything going ahead. Bro. And let me know about December, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll see what happens. Maybe I'm training for trials that time, but if I have a gap, I'll definitely want to go to Namibia. It'll be a sick trip.
It'll be sick. Awesome, bro. Shot, Jason. Appreciate it.
Lekker, Vern.
Shot.